What's up, React Native friends, and finally welcome back to a new episode of App Review. I have asked for your latest application and you replied with about 50 applications or more, so I'm sorry I can't review all of your applications. Maybe at one day in the future it will be my only job to review your applications. I would love to do it, but right now we're focusing on 3 epic applications in this video. The applications that we will review, I think, are from sort of indie hackers. They're focused on one specific aspect and they're, I think, doing a really great job. From the outside, all of them looked really good. We had a habit tracker application, we had an event application and a wishlist application, and they all worked mostly flawless in my testing. So let's check out how you can build epic React Native applications as a solo indie developer and see what they've done good and where they could probably be improved. Alright, first step of the day is called Habit Pixel. It's a GitHub style habit tracker and it is using Tamagui, React Native MMKV, legend list state, so I had to give it a try. Whoever created it, I think he's actually making money with it. I think he said like 50 MRR. Not too bad, not too bad. So here we go, Habit Pixel, available both on the App Store and the Play Store. And of course, I've got it installed here, so let's check it out. So the app starts. Two things are pretty interesting. First is that it's heavily using Tamagui. You can notice this. I think this is a font or a color styling from Tamagui. But people don't know that it's Tamagui, so it's absolutely fine to use it. And it gives this application absolutely a unique UI. This definitely looks great. Let's bring it back up. The thing I don't like is that you open the app and you get this. This is the dialog to pay for this application. So go monthly, annual, lifetime. It's not a bad dialog, although there could be things that should be improved, like you want to bring in testimonials from users. You don't want to just have the packages up there and then what's included. It's also somewhat hard to read, so make it more obvious what the benefit of this application is. And usually, don't do this directly in the beginning. Anyway, let's get back to the application. So let's close this and here we go. Telemetry and Crashlytics, yeah, why not? I've rarely seen this lately. It's interesting that people put this into applications. I should hold this here and then I can, that's cool, that's a nice overlay. I can edit this one here. I would probably have put the edit behind like an edit icon. So there's a lot in this application that I like. But there are also a couple of things I want to point out. So overall, this screen is cool, but you don't really see any kind of primary color. You don't really see any kind of primary action going on. Even the tab bar down here it's hard to distinguish whether I'm on like habits. It's probably indicated by this small dot up here. So if I change, yeah, the dot moves, but it's very hard to see on which tab I am. This down here, yeah, it's probably something I can scroll horizontal, but by the way, I like that it turns the color. That's cool. But beyond that, it's hard to see. We need a primary color. Why is the current date not using the primary color? Maybe make it bigger, make it stand out. I need to see like the things that are important to my eye. Then we got this up here. So the header is actually pretty cool. We got Habit Pixel. We can discuss if you really need this in the header and Pro. I have no idea what this button is about. This is probably to add a new habit, most likely. Actually, that's a small thing. But when you, I don't know why, but when I click plus up here, I kind of expect on iOS to see a modal covering my page. I don't know exactly why, but if you push a new page, what's happening here, I don't really want to see the bottom bar. This is not relevant to the Add Habit page right now, and there's no reason to confuse me by still showing the tab bar. So be clear about your routing in your application. Yes, it is sometimes okay to push a page and stay in the construct of your tab bar, but if it's about like adding a new element, I feel like it should either be a full screen modal, a card modal, or a page which has not the previous routing. That page, it's pretty standard for a habit tracking application. Sometimes you see more like a stepped wizard, but let's see how this looks. Yeah, that is cool. This is not a drop down, but bring up this menu from the bottom. How many times do you want to do it? Yeah, that's cool. I can change the color, finally some colors, and I can set the category. My Clash of Clans Royal Champion is ready, perfect. I really see the point that this grayish color is the primary color, like in the name of habit here, but I don't know. I don't really like that. For the reminder, that's actually a pretty cool UI to create reminders. I definitely like that one. Okay, so then I can, the font is really cool, but it's also sometimes really hard to read. I like that there's stuff going on here. I'm not doing anything. This screen just magically changes. I don't know exactly why. Maybe this is just like a dummy thing here. But this is actually pretty cool. That's really cool. Okay, so let's do one. Let's do one test. I don't really want to do a description. I want to do this once per day, some color. Let's add the habit. Okay, so how can I do the habit? Like, okay, I probably have to click the check mark. Yeah, that's it. Another productive day. Yeah, and the confetti library is used as well. I like that. I really like the simplicity, the tiny little icons that I used in this application. Beyond that, something is just too hard. It is the font is really small for my eyes like this. I have no idea exactly what this means. I can probably figure it out, but it's really hard to see. I can also change this by category. That's cool. For the analytics, yeah, we see the screen from before, and with unlock analytics, yeah, I get that screen fading in again. I really like these small animations and the changing things going on. And for settings, well, there's not too much. There's the usual settings stuff going on. I would probably rely a bit more on using some icons or so. I don't know. It's a lot of data in here, a lot of text in there, and reading the font all the time is quite hard. Maybe I would opt into using that pixel art a bit less. I don't know if you can have the same kind of feeling for that application without overusing the pixel art everywhere. I don't know. Just an idea. Beyond that, I think this is a pretty cool application. I've seen this art before. There are different habit apps out there, of course. We've all used them and seen them. But this one definitely has a unique look and is built with React Native. So go check it out. Habit Pixel on iOS and Google Play. The second app of today is called Wshz. It recently launched that helps you tracking your wishes and share them with friends and family. I don't know why I selected these apps, but they just look good to me. And it's called the most beautiful app for your wishes, and the only thing I need. There's also an interesting scrolling animation here, so let's get the application. It currently is only available on the App Store, and that's not a problem for us, so we can just check it out. Here we go. Wishes. I want to get started with the branding because I really like that simplicity of this branding. I don't know how you came up with this, Yaroslav, but I really like it. Okay, so we don't really have any kind of onboarding here in the application. That is good because it's sometimes really annoying, but it's also bad if you don't know what's going on. Anyway, in this application, it might be enough because we have a little notification at the top. What's new in the app? Where will this bring me? Introducing the app shortout. Use the shortout to quickly add wishes from it. That's cool. Even with a video. And you know the app included. I like that. I definitely want to build that very soon in one of my tutorials as well. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can do that stuff with React Native. Like it. Okay, it disappears and we're here. I think it's fine to have no introduction. It just says you have no unfulfilled wishes. Add a new wish here. Honestly, what I would like is a little visual nudge to go there. I know it pretty much says it and everyone knows that you want to click that button, but a little tiny arrow here that says the user, go there, click there. That's always nice. That just tells me that this is exactly 100% what you want me to do. Because right now, I might also go for that plus up here. That looks really interesting for me. Maybe I get started there. And then I'm at let's get started, log in, and I'm like, no, why? So this up here is the filter. Let's create a new wish. I wish, oh, that was a cool, it was a nice gentle animation. It also had a little tactile feedback, a haptic feedback. So I wish I had 1 million YouTube subs. Description, make better videos. Okay, category is wishlist. That's an interesting way of displaying this thing down there. But anyway, should be fine. That's pretty nice. Although it changes the height of that box, I think I like it. I like how the buttons are coming in. I sometimes wonder if I could make this slower. So observe what's going on. If you press on link up here, it's not only fading out that stuff and changing this into a text input, but at the same time, it also brings in the buttons that are above the text, the keyboard. Watch out. So you see? There's like a little gentle reveal animation both here and there. Really great job. Careful done. I like it. I don't want to add a link. Price. Again, pretty cool. Yeah, that's a nice number input. I like that one. You can't put a price tag on getting 1 million subs. Okay, let's add this. Wish created. Yeah, this is like, oops, the standard toast library up here. The problem with that one is, yeah, I've seen it so many times. Can I have another toast? I can't, right? I was a bit spoiled because the input and the animations were so cool and so unique, and then it was like this general notify bar. But anyway, I think I can live with that. Honestly, I'm by this point not a big fan of having these icons without explanation. I mean, I know that this is settings down here, and this is home, and this is plus. I just think it looks odd. I don't know what, yeah, maybe a text probably wouldn't look better. I have no real answer to this. I would probably make this one a lot bigger. I would probably even make this or shift this a bit above. So you have like the plus here cutting through the tab bar and the actual view. So it's a bit above. Maybe that already gives a better feeling. I can now always bring back my wish here. Is there like a little, yeah, something is going on here at the bottom. That's not perfect, but well, just a minor thing. Cool overlay, probably the menu from Fernando Rojo. What's it called? I forgot the name, but I had some videos on that. Yeah, we can filter this here. It shows quickly a little loading screen, or not a loading screen, but a skeleton view. I like that. And I can, of course, create more wishes. Very simple, very straightforward application. Still taking the time to craft these things, these transitions between different states. I think this is what I like most currently in applications. If you can put some love into this and making this and nail this, just as this price input feels really great, just as the link and the animation feels really great. If you can add that to your app, then it feels really native to your users. And even if this application has only one feature, which is adding a wish list, I mean, a notes application is also only there for taking notes. So absolutely fine to do this app. Yaroslav, I hope is there actually something I can pay for here? Just asking. Is there a way you will make money with this application? I don't know. I think it's currently free, but anyway, it will show your skills. We haven't used the login, but I don't think we have to. So if you're looking for a simple way to track your wishes, and I might actually use this because I was looking for this for quite some time, go check out the Wshz app. Third application of today is called Togevent. It was built a year, so it's definitely worth checking it out. I will take a look at it. The link was to an Italian website here as well, so I can't really translate it, but the website was pretty fancy already, so I definitely wanted to check out the Togevent or Togevent, I don't know, application. Here we go. Oh no, I opened it up before I show you, so let's get the app up here and then let's see. Okay, yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. That was a bit like this PlayStation moment, so I don't know. I'm old probably, but you know this PlayStation startup moment when it shows the PlayStation logo and this the sound comes up? Good old 90s. Anyway, that was like this moment, but for this application. I like that this stuff here is animated. So even if you just open the application and talk to someone, you will, oh, there's something going on. I like that. Create, customize, and manage your event. That's good. I don't have events, but anyway, pretty cool. That's a slide with in this slide it's doing. That's interesting. Anyway, second slide looks like this. Definitely cool slides. The UI here was crafted in a nice way. Tailored experience, everything you need to know in one link. These kind of like pictures where something stands out are always great for the App Store as well. It probably used in here as well. Yeah, this is the sort of images people use nowadays on this App Store. Although these screenshots could definitely be improved. I'm not an expert on that, but I think there's something that could be improved. Okay, back to the application. Let's finally get started. Welcome in Togevent, email or sign in. I will use Apple sign in for the time being because that's super easy and convenient to use. So what happens afterwards? I'm excited. Okay, complete your profile. I can't scroll on that page. I don't know why, but I expected this to be scrollable. I'm not a big fan of scrolling, but on this page, I kind of expect. Complete your insert name, suggested by... What is this? What is the question here? Complete. I don't know. I will just continue. I don't need notifications right now. Putting that button here to get the... I would probably do this in a different way. I would put a text here like, hey, we can notify you about the best events. You don't want to miss out on that, right? And then you click continue and then ask for permissions and then you click allow. I don't really think that people will read this and push the toggle here to on and hit continue. Just like maybe you can do an A/B test, but I don't think so that people will like that. Okay, let's get inside. No events here. If you have an invite, tap the link again or scan the QR code. This is what I, by the way, meant in the last application. This is a super subtle animation of this arrow, and it's probably not perfectly placed. The arrow could either be bigger or could be further down, so it could be like here and then bouncing. So you definitely know exactly what you should click on this page. There's a little switch upcoming and past at the top. I definitely like this, playing with the color there. The bell icon gives me this overview, nothing here, that is cool. Use of a little meme, definitely cool. If joining an event, I can add the code here. This is probably my profile. Yeah, what I said previously when pushing a page and what to use, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too picky, but sometimes I feel that a certain kind of way of pushing the page is the right way. In this case, I would push the page and not just a modal, but I don't know why. I feel like the settings in account screen should be on its own page. This is cool to change the appearance of your app. You can change the language here, the permissions. I don't want to rate this. I don't want to read the rest of the stuff. Made in Italy. That's cool. But beyond that, really cool. Yeah. Well, I like that. Let's try to create an event and see how that flows. I definitely like the bottom view here. Let's make this a free entry one. Add name, test, description, whatever. Okay, this is not where... How can I add a description? Okay, here we go. Continue. It is... So how does the date selection work? All day. Otherwise, you get the selection here. That's cool. Let's not make it all day. Let's make it today at some time. Okay, save. Guests can view member list, add event password, so they can just add a random password, and I can also add a location while using the app. That's cool. Let's hit continue, and I can now customize the... So I think there was another application that we also reviewed before that was about these invitations and events. There seems to be a big market for these kind of applications. I'm not really in the event or party business, so I haven't seen them. But this is cool. It's really like, it's nicely done, honestly. Okay, let's hit continue. You're invited to my, let's call this epic event or something. Epic event. We should do like an offline event sometime. And then hit create. Okay, epic event was created. And I can probably now invite people, share the link or download the event QR code, and then people could get to my event. This is now an upcoming event in my list. You are invited, and I can probably change the details. Cool. I definitely like this application. Just like before, this application has a very clear focus on this one thing, which is events and making event invitations. Nothing fancy beyond that, not like the whole event planning or being anything beyond that. And I think it's doing it in a very reasonable way. You see, buttons are not like the default size. They're a bit bigger. There's a bit more stuff that's standing out. It appeals to the audience of like probably 20 to 30, 40 year olds, more like 20 to 30, I guess, or maybe even like 18 to 30. And I think it definitely fits exactly into that bucket and should appeal to those users. I like it. I don't know actually where like the payment comes in. I haven't seen anything. It's probably like when you do an event and you want to have, I don't know, a custom thing going on. There's a lot more payments. Oh yeah, that's probably share your payments method with your event. That's so cool. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes. So now I know why he said it took a year to build this. Was definitely worth it. There's a lot to this application. If you're in the event space, you're hosting an event sometime soon, give it a try, check it out, send the link to your peeps and let them know you're hosting your event with Togevent. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this latest app review episode. Again, if you have your own application on the App Store and want to get it in this video, leave a comment below this video. And also watch out for my tweets over the next time when I ask for new applications on X or any other platform. If you also want to build epic apps just like this, like the Wishlist app, the event app, or the habit tracking application, check out galaxies.dev in our Zero to Hero mission and you will be on your way to ship your React Native application in no time. I will see you inside. Make sure you stay subscribed to this channel and I will catch you in the next one. So until then, happy coding, Simon.